The already massive Star Wars universe is about to get a whole lot bigger, but where do all of its new upcoming projects fit into the timeline? Starting this October, we'll be back to getting new Star Wars content, beginning with the highly anticipated new season of The Mandalorian, then the literary campaign The High Republic, and then several new upcoming Disney Plus shows. But when each of these takes place determines which existing characters or events could be referenced or even featured. So, from centuries before the prequels to far in the canon's future, I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, and here are where all of the upcoming Star Wars projects fit into the universe's timeline. The upcoming High Republic campaign, previously known as Project Luminous, will span across comics, novels, and children's literature and takes place the furthest back in the timeline, 200 years before the events of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Set in the quote, golden age for the Jedi, the High Republic will feature an entirely new cast of characters during a more peaceful time in the galaxy, and is set to kick off this August with a series of interconnected stories called Light of the Jedi. And now, let's talk about The Mandalorian.
This is the way.
This is the way.
The Adventures of Din Djarin and Baby Yoda has already been greenlit for a third season before the second one even airs. It doesn't have a lot of ties to the Skywalker saga, or at least not yet, but the show is confirmed to take place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so roughly 9 ABY, that's after the Battle of Yavin on the Star Wars timeline. This setting conveniently allows it to use characters from theoretically all three trilogies. Clone Wars fan favorite Ahsoka Tano is confirmed to be appearing in Season 2, and we might even see younger versions of characters from the new trilogy as well.
Yeah, rebellions are built on hope.
And then we've got the currently untitled Rogue One prequel series on Disney Plus, which will follow Cassian Andor 5 years before he sacrificed himself to get the Death Star plans to the rebels. Since Rogue One takes place just days before the events of A New Hope, I mean, the movie's final scene actually flows right into the beginning of the original trilogy, we're placing the show at about 5 BBY, before the Battle of Yavin.
Hello there.
Maybe one of the most highly anticipated projects they've announced is the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus. Although the show is confirmed to begin 8 years after Revenge of the Sith, that doesn't mean that it can't go well past that. There's a 19-year gap between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, so the show has quite a bit of wiggle room if it wants to explore Obi-Wan's transformation from Obi-Wan to Ben, or how he ends up living in isolation on Tatooine. And the biggest wild card in the Star Wars universe is the recently announced female-centric Disney Plus series by Leslie Headland, the creator of Netflix's Russian Doll series. We know she'll be writing the scripts and serving as its showrunner, but in typical Lucasfilm fashion, plot details are virtually non-existent at this point. But we do at least know that this series will be set in, quote, a different part of the Star Wars timeline than everything else in the Star Wars universe. Lucasfilm has said that no movies or shows in development will be set in the High Republic, and considering how far in the past the High Republic stuff is set to take place, this might very well mean that the show could take place in the far future, a little less long ago, where the Skywalker saga is only a thing of legend.
Who are you? Rey Skywalker.
If this new show isn't set in the High Republic or during the Skywalker saga, then this opens up some exciting possibilities. We're just as curious as you are, and we'll definitely keep you posted as we learn more about this new project as well as anything else in the Star Wars universe. So make sure to keep checking back with us to stay in the Star Wars loop. I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.